Wait, what? Oh, shoot. That's the wrong... Oh, fuck. All right. Hold up. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Sorry. I just had to get that all settled. That was weird. I plugged in the wrong cord. I plugged in my charger for my laptop, not the actual cord for my mic. So a little embarrassing, but we're back on topic. Ooh, so chat, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just see one more follower, dude. Hold on, I need to connect. Oh my god, one more follower to affiliate. I'm gonna be so happy when I freaking hits. Oh my god. I'm gonna be so happy when that hits. Dude. I can get to the promised land. Just one more. Just one more. I just need one more, please. Please, I just need one more. Just give it to me. Like... One more. Anybody, please. Anyone. I'm streaming on both. Yeah. I just need one more. Please get me there. Oh, God. Anyway. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about my plans once I get to affiliate, because I'm like one follower away to get to affiliate. So, my plan is I'm going to start running ads. Yeah, you kind of heard me. I need to start running ads. I got to make money. But, yeah, I got to start making money, dude. I got to start making, like, bank. So, that's the reason why I got to start running ads for the maximum time. It's just so I can get the no, I'm just joking. I probably won't even run ads for my first Probably within like the first year, and not until like I like get substantial followers. Because like if you run ads in your small channel, people just unfollow you and then you lose affiliate status. So you don't want to be doing that. So I just want to get the affiliate status because I want to see what happens and basically what boost you get into your channel, because you do get some kind of boost and you do get some benefits for being affiliate. So I just want to know what those are. So that's the reason why I want to get to 50 followers, which I know we could do. It's just one follower. That's all I need. That's all I need, man. That's all I need. One follower. Just need one follower, please. One follow. Please. Yep. It's just right there. So chat. What's up with your boy Alfred? I keep on saying my name. Whatever. People know who the fuck I am. Anyway, what's up with your boy? Basically, I'm been just trying to make as much money as possible. I've been selling stuff on eBay. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, let me show you my eBay listings. I have Facebook Marketplace, but I don't think Facebook Marketplace is a place to go if you actually want to start selling stuff. Pro tip: if you're a reseller, go on eBay. You have a way higher range of pool of people who want to buy, and it's really easy to sign up. Also, a lot of items people post are similar to what items you're probably going to be selling. So, for example, I sold this Vicks humidifier for $40, essentially. So, when I typed in Vicks, like, and then a search bar, and then like it said, oh, you're selling this thing, and then they'll copy all the data, so you don't have to. It saves you time in filling it out. So then you can focus on just getting pictures and just posting on what it looks like and how much you're gonna charge for shipping. So let's go to my eBay. Sell. Where's my sell? Selling right here. So yeah, I already made $47.70 just from selling this. This is my first thing I sold. I sold a Vicks, 2 humidifiers together, and I basically bought this for super cheap. I bought the humidifier for about, I want to say $7, and I bought the big one for 10, so 17. I'm gonna get about like $21, so like $4 profit. It's pretty good. Pretty good just for like buying, just again, going to some random shop thrift store and just reselling it. Yeah. Cause like my strategy basically with this is just to try to find stuff in boxes. So for example, like this Groot, like this, I'm just trying to find straight in the box. You know, kind of not open. You know, you kind of see like I'm not taking pictures of the sides because it's a little janky on the other side. But the reason why I'm trying to find boxes like this is so it's easier to ship. Because like I don't have to put too much effort into padding. So when I put it in a box, yeah, I might shift around, but like it already has this packaging inside it. So I don't have to worry about that. And people will believe you when you say it's brand new, because like, yeah, oh, it's in the box, yeah, it's brand new. So right now it's $14.99. Might lower this to $13, maybe, because I only bought this for $6. Really, I only bought this for $6. This has only cost me $6. So if I could sell it for almost double, like 12, I'd be in the clear. And shipping is pretty cheap too, $7. So again, this is another thing I bought from online. Not online. What was I gonna say? This thing that I bought from a store. I only paid 10. No, I bought this and it was on sale, so I only paid like $7, like $7. I only paid like $7 for this thing. Really, I only paid like $7. And you can see like right here, these are 2 drink coolers. Keep your drinks insulated. But yeah, this is pretty much like $20. Selling roughly about 20, free delivery. You know, I promise free delivery because, like, again, like I'll eat a little bit of the costs. This thing only cost me like $7, so like I'm making a good profit on this. And I just like to show you guys, like, hey, this is the stuff I'm trying to sell. This is the big item. This is a big item. This you could only get for D23, and this costs $100. It costs mind you, they're selling a lot of these. They're selling a lot of these collector's editions at fucking D23. They had like stacks of them. But over time, these are going to be open. The cards are going to be gone, and people are going to like put them in their collection or use them for play, or you know, there's going to be less and less of these packs in whole, essentially. So my thing is that I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to sell right now because, like, I know that, hey, a lot of these cards are going to be gone, and someone who's a really advocate of playing this game will want the collections from D23. Because again, you can't buy this box anymore. You can't buy this box anymore from the company or whatever. It is sold out. They probably sold out. And as you can see here, like, you got other dudes trying to sell, you know, $550. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy like probably bought like 6 of these. $349. I'm doing $300 flat with free shipping. So like, and again, I think that's fair. 6 cards. Each card is about $50. Because again, realize that, and again, this is unopened in the box, still sealed, vacuum sealed. Like, it does not have any blemishes. 6 cards, $50 a pop. I think that's a fair trade for something that you could only get last year in early September. So, was it August or September? I think it was August. No, it was August because I was no, it was September. Yeah, whenever was D23 was, which I went. Oh my God, I will never go again. Mind you, I'm not going there. I'm not going again. But this is a big ticket item. If you really want this item, hit me up, man. I'm willing to negotiate. Like, hey, if you want this for $260, I'm willing to do that. Will you throw in a $10 for shipping? To throw me a $10, I'll probably do it. You know, this is again. Realize like other people. This one again. This guy's trying to sell this for 1,000. It's not even what PSA. It's not even a PSA. This guy's just trying to sell this for 1,000. Like what? What? This guy's crazy. This is not worth. This came straight from the pack. This thing is not worth. Maybe if you had a holographic and it's been graded, like this is probably worth. And again, it's only worth 200 or about 200. See, it's a D23 collection holographic. Again, mind you, the collector's editions that I have may or may not be like this. You might not get a holographic. You might just get a generic one. Again, that's the risk you're taking by purchasing this exclusive pack. You're taking that risk. But you might get something like this, and you can resell this card for essentially one card for essentially half the price of what you paid for the whole 6 cards. So, yeah, it's a little gamble. Especially if you get a rated for a PSA. It's a little bit of a gamble, but overall, it's like pretty good. You know, if you think you're gonna get a good deal, like this holographic, you know, This got PSA. It's not worth as much as the Mickey one. The Mickey one is a little bit worth more because, again, like it looks way better. And people are trying to sell the individual cards. I'm selling you the whole pack. You get the whole pack of cards with my deal. So, honestly, it's a better deal than what they are selling. So, that's the big ticket item. This one, pretty good. I might edit this. I might actually sell it for a little bit cheaper. I might, can I edit this? Yeah, revise listing. I'll put it for like 17. Price. I'll put about $17. $17. Yeah, we'll revise it. We'll revise it. $17. I think, like, come on, that's a fair deal. That's a to me, that's a fair deal. $17 for this light, which people are trying to sell for like about 26. So $17. It's in the box. Has been open. Has the remote and everything, and it just you could just use it for like simple lighting and then taking pictures or photos. Because like honestly, I bought this for $7. So I get 10 plus they pay for shipping. So yeah, I mean overall it's gonna create basically to this, close to that, you know. So that's the thing. Like I'm willing to, you know, and that's like the thing I just been doing last week. That's only last week. That's only last week I've been doing that. That's only last week I've been doing that. I haven't gone out that much. And I only started basically doing reselling like last week, and I already sold something. So like again, it's a nice side hustle. It's a It's a good side hustle. You know, next week I'll probably go look around to San Ramon and see if they have any good stuff. Like, they might have better stuff, too. You never know. So, go to San Ramon. Go to San Jose. You know, stuff like that. And just take a look. You might find something. You might find something good. Ooh. You might find something worth interesting, you know. And then also DoorDash driver. I'm already logged in. How much can you earn? Nothing. Can't earn any. No, I'm just joking. You can earn a little bit. I earned about $20 today. And let me show you how much I earned. I might start doing Lyft and Uber. I might. I just need to get insurance for that shit. But I might do it. Like my car, like again, realize my car's junky. Nissan. It's a 2017 Nissan Rogue. Basically this car. This is the car. This is the car. This is the car. Super generic. Piece of crap. Exactly like this. Yeah, exactly. Yep. No Apple Play. No nothing. But again, hey, it's something. I'm willing to do Uber driving because the reason why is because like, hey, one, I don't take any crap for anyone. If there's a guy like, hey, can you stop here? Can you do this? I'm gonna say, buddy, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna pull over and we can duke it outside, man. Because I don't care, man. Like I'm not your personal chauffeur. You paid me to go from A to B. That's where I'm taking you, buddy. That's where I'm taking you. Okay, understand, compadre. Like I'm not your chauffeur. And now if you want me to be your chauffeur, hey, we could talk, we could negotiate, we could ask for a higher price, Give me your contact information and tell me the dates that you're available. I can be your personal chauffeur, hell yeah. But you gotta have to pay more because I'm exclusively only driving for you. All right? So I ain't your chauffeur. And the reason why, like, also you kind of like I watched this guy's YouTube channel of him becoming an Uber driver. He's a kid too. Like he's really young too. And again, like when you're young and you don't have that much worldly experience, you might not think too hard. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just being nice. And it's like, it's cool to be nice, right? It's cool to be nice, but that niceness will be taken advantage of by some people. Some people will say, oh, this guy's nice. Let me see what I can get away with this guy. And like, I hate when people do that. I was like, because I used to be that guy too. Like, it's like, nice guy. But now you just got to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. You just got to set, at any work environment, you just got to set some boundaries. Like, hey, I ain't doing this. We're not having open liquor. If you can close it, because I ain't getting pulled over and a cop rolls down the window and he smells beer or alcohol. And everyone has to get out. He's gonna breathalyze me. He's gonna fuck with me because he thinks I'm be drinking too. And so we're not having that. We're not vaping. No vape. I'm sorry. Hey man, if you vape, I'm pulling over, canceling the ride. You get out, bro. No vape, bro. We're not vaping. Like I know it's like, oh, you're being a dick. It's like, no, I'm just protecting myself. Again, it's protecting yourself as a driver because again. If you allow people vape, and you get an accident, that's a headache. You get an accident and people had open containers, buddy, you're in a you might not get like hit with a DUI, but your insurance claim, your premium's gonna go through the roof. You're not gonna be able to afford that. You're gonna be in fault. Like the other guy's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, this is easy. Because like he has people driving that was intoxicated, and it's like, man, it's a headache. It's a headache. That's it. Like, and you don't want any headaches. You do not want any fucking headaches while you're driving. You don't want any headaches. And again, and like, that's the thing. Like another thing too is like, man, like I understand gig workers and like sometimes gig workers can be assholes and sometimes they're a little bit too chatty. And it's like, but other than that, they're still workers at the end of the day, man. Some of them have to do this. Like, they don't have a choice. And the best thing you can do is just, hey, shut the hell up. They know where the address is. If you need to talk on the phone, whatever. Wear the seatbelt. I really don't understand why people don't wear seatbelts. I really don't understand. That kind of baffles the hell out of me. And I don't care if you don't wear a seatbelt. Because, again, I won't get the ticket. People think like, oh, well, wouldn't the driver? Nope. When you're over a certain age in California, the person without seatbelt, they should know. They should know. I'm not your dad. I ain't gonna be back there helping you put your little seatbelt on, dude. I ain't gonna help you put your seatbelt on. You as a grown man or woman, whatever, should know that you should be able to put your seatbelt on by yourself. I really, again, no freaking reason why you should be not wearing a seatbelt. Simple. And it's like, dude, like I always wear my seatbelt. I just like, you never know. It's safety. Seatbelts save lives. It's like you look at the statistics of like your chances of, okay, let me see. Let me just Google. Hey, for all you guys who like, oh, I don't wear a seatbelt. I'm fine. I'm cool. Yeah, let's see. Survivability without a seatbelt. Okay. Let me just zoom this up. A lot of you guys think you're cool by not wearing seatbelts, right? Seatbelt saves lives. 90 seatbelt use rates in 2023. Okay, whatever. In 2022, 25,000, or let's just round, 26,000 passengers and vehicle occupants were killed. About 50% of those killed were not buckled based on seatbelt use. Seatbelts saved that estimate 15K lives that could have been saved, an additional 2,600 if they had been wearing seatbelts in 2017 alone. %. Hey, 50%, man, out of all the accidents. So essentially, hey, if you weren't wearing a seatbelt, you had a coin flip. You literally had a coin flip. Hey, if you want to bet on a coin flip, go ahead. And it doesn't take that much of a force to eject you out of a car. Because again, the car is massive. It's a huge vehicle. It's going like 40 miles an hour on average. I'm assuming like if you're on a highway, and if you hit and the car suddenly stops, guess what? You're going to get propelled forward. Your body's going to naturally jerk in the reaction because your body wants to stay in motion with the car, but the car has stopped because something else blocking the way. And if you fly out of the car, you're kind of cooked. I mean, you land. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about it, man. The pain, man. Road rash, other cars in the area that might hit you because they can't see where you are. It's just crazy. It literally is just crazy. Like, don't be a coin flip. Don't be a coin flip. Don't. Oh wait, what? Wait. Am I reading this right? In 2022, 250,000 were killed. About 50% of those killed were not buckled. Oh wait. Were not buckled. Wait, about 50% of those killed, of the whole population, were not buckled. So that means 50% of people who were buckled still died, but those people who weren't buckled basically died also. Okay. Fatal injury by 45%. Moderate to critical injury, 50%. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it increases your like safety and survivability. Essentially, increase your survivability of wearing a seatbelt. So wear a seatbelt, guys. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Anyway, getting back to the point, wear a seatbelt again. Like the guy in the YouTube video, he was talking about how people like argue and people don't wear seatbelts, which is crazy. I mean, I wear seatbelts out of habit every single time. I don't care what situation. Just put the seatbelt on. And it takes like 2 seconds. It's not a big deal. Put your seatbelt on. It's not worth it. Plus, getting a ticket sucks too. Those are expensive. Those get really pricey if you don't wear a freaking seatbelt. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's just something I just don't understand why people don't do. Wear the seatbelt ain't that hard. So the reason why I'm thinking about doing Lyft driving is so I can make extra cash. I can make about over $100 probably each time I go out, because especially on the weekends, man, people like to get wasted. So I'm gonna do that. Because I used to do that when I was early 20s, 23, 24, using a Uber or a Lyft, and I did not care how much it cost. I remember I spent like almost $60 on a Lyft, drive me all the way back from San Francisco all the way to Lafayette. Man, but I didn't care. I was like, dude, I need to get back home. Bar's closed. I don't even know how. It was a nice ride. It was smooth. It was a smooth ride because there's no one on the road. It was like 12 in the morning, man. But yeah, again, you're gonna deal with drunk. Like if you're a Lyft driver, you're basically dealing with drunk people. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Drunk people is gonna be your number one clientele. People go out and drink, and they will call an Uber, and they will come to you, and you just have to drive them. So yeah. So yeah, I just want to see how much. See, Lyft, Uber driver. Let's see, get started. Hold on. Wow. I haven't made anything because I didn't have to register my car. Uber. Let's see. Add vehicle. Add car. Let's just say Rogue. Yeah, let me put yeah, title. Hold on. Just where is it? It's my car. I have the car title. And hold up. Is there a picture of the car? Oh, I do have a picture of a car. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't upload? Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm curious. Like I want to just like make more income because like I'm doing DoorDash and that gives me about last weekend I made about $51 and then I'm on the set to make about another $50 this week. So $100 total, which is okay, but I do want to make more money. I'm also gonna go on Lyft and do that too, Lyft and Uber at the same time. Because again, I'm just trying to make as much money as I can. Because like I want to essentially earn enough money to start advertising more online and trying to get to trying to get my business started off the ground. Because like right now, I don't have enough cash to start my business really. You know, I don't have enough cash right now to upstart my business because basically what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to be a consulting firm, but that's really hard to do, especially if you have no clients and you got no money coming in. So if you got no money and no clients, you got to figure out where to make money somewhere else. And I'm just doing reselling and doing a little bit of side hustles here and there to try to make some extra cash to keep my business afloat, keep cash revenue so I can keep trying new things with my business. Because hopefully what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a rental property going also. I'm trying to get to a rental property, but it's hard, because like even if I do try to qualify for a business loan, I still need with buying a rental property, you still need a down payment though. You still need a down payment, which could be in the tens of 20, 40 grand, whatever. It could be a huge amount of money. So I need to start saving that up so I can get the rental property so I can make more income overall. Another thing is like, yeah, gig work sucks, but like it helps to give you extra cash when you need it. Especially like in between paychecks. Like right now, it's like, yeah, I gotta wait till next Tuesday to get paid. So I'm a little bit strapped for any physical cash just for living expenses, but I also have to have cash for my business too. So you always need to find revenue streams in order to keep your business afloat, essentially. Because I have a business checking account, all that stuff. And it's just hard. It's just hard because a lot of places, like, they're not going to hire you right now. Like, a lot of places are not hiring consultants. It's a little dry season right now. So, right now, you just got to figure out a way to make money outside of that. And then, so, you are in a position to put money into your business, for advertising your services or buying a product that you think is going to really help out your business, or maybe you want to outsource something that you think is going to be beneficial to your business exponentially, but you don't have any cash flow and you don't want to put on a credit card because again, you don't know how you're going to pay that back with no money coming in. You see how yeah, you need to make sure you have revenue streams constantly for your small business. So the main one for me is just trying to find a revenue stream consistent enough over the weekends that I can do that can help me maintain my business. And then from there on, I'm going to try to invest into a rental property and out of state because I can't afford anything here, and try to become essentially a landlord out of state and try to visit my into which state I want to visit. I believe Florida. I honestly think Florida is happening right now. Florida, Texas is pretty good, but Florida to me is solid. I think it's a solid state to invest in. It has a lot of potential growth, and I think Florida in the next like 3 or 4 years is going to become one of the epicenters of business. Because again, a lot of businesses like are going to get tax breaks. A lot of businesses, there's going to be new development everywhere. It's like it's a good time. And I think right now I'm waiting for the property prices to drop a little bit lower also, because right now mortgages are still pretty high. If I did get a business loan, it'd probably be like 6 to 7%. I'm not going to lie. 6 to 7%, even with my good credit, is not. I am not going to be expecting to get anything less than that. So I need to show them, hey, I have cash flow, because they're going to ask. They're going to say, hey, cool, we can give you a business loan, but like, what is your business? How are you going to maintain the cash flow? And can I see any earnings or cash flows you have right now? You know, so that's the thing. I'm trying to set myself up for the future. Disney, my calls to Disney. Tomorrow's Judgment Day. I will see if Disney beats its earnings. I should be good on my calls. I should. This is probably one of the most anxious calls I'll have to hear, because I might lose $350. It's a lot of money, you know? Shoot. But yeah. I think I have this already signed in. Hold on. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't need any of this right now, especially if you're a small streamer. You don't need any of this right now. See, what the heck is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's my profile. I gotta update that. I gotta update it. What the heck? USPS separately stopped accepting inbound packages from China and Hong Kong. Wow. 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 This is actually an interesting anime. I'm watching the abridged version, but I just want to see what this is without it. Oh, okay. To defeat aliens. Chat, do you believe in aliens? Yeah, I mean, I believe in ghosts. I mean, I believe in aliens. Yeah, probably. There's aliens probably out there. Do I believe any ghosts? Hell no. Hell no. I don't believe in any ghosts. I do not believe in any ghosts, okay? So, basically, I don't believe in any ghosts. I don't think ghosts exist. I don't think ghosts, spirits, apparitions, bad jujus, whatever. I don't think any of that stuff is real. Just because everything can be explained basically through science. Even without through science, like explanations could happen. And also, why is every time someone experience paranormal activity, they can never recreate it? They can never recreate the conditions. Like what the heck is this ghost doing? Is this ghost bored? Like, think about it. Why is a ghost, like, think about it. Chat. No, actually think about it. Why is a ghost, so like someone died, right? And their spirit leaves their body. They can phase through anything, but they're still attached. And it's like, well, they have unresolved feelings. And it's like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Unresolved feelings. So this ghost is going to be forever trapped into this house? Forever wandering? And why is the ghost angry, too? Why is he pissed off? And it's like if he was like, does he retain any of his memories? And it's like, if so, what kind of memories does he retain? Apparently it can communicate by touching physical objects, but yet it never touches the person. The ghost never possesses anybody, you know. Like, what properties does it have? If it could touch something, it has to have physical properties, right? It has to have physical properties, but yet this ghost can't go more than two steps out of its front yard. You know, what happens if the ghost just left the house? How do we know the ghost is still there? It's like, oh, we have this really fine electromagnetic. It's like, bitch, anything could set that thing off. Anything that could set that. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, yes, it's just a creepy place that is rickety and old, and there's wind pushing stuff probably. You know? Like, every time, or like it's fake. Like 90% of these like videos, like they show like paranormal activity caught on camera. Look at this very fuzzy image. It's like, why the fuck does a camera can pick up a ghost but our eyes can't? If a camera and our eyes essentially almost work like the same way, why can the camera pick up ghosts and I can't see it? You know, why what? What? Okay. Like, and why during the night? Why can't it be during the day too? Why does it have to be at night? If I go there during the bright day and start taking pictures randomly, why is there nothing there? Why does it show up at night, huh? Its day shift is phasing in the sun or something? What's going on, man? So that's the reason I don't believe in ghosts. I I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts are not real. Aliens, yeah, probably, but I don't think any aliens are going to come to our planet anytime soon because, again, the rate of intelligent life that can harbor and the right conditions to harbor intelligent life is one, because like you think about it, it's like, well, there's so many possibilities that life could that life could happen, and it's like, yes, but if you think about it, okay, let's take us for example. The probability of us even being existing, if you take the basic statistical equation, it's just 1 over an infinite amount of possibilities. What's 1 over infinity? That kind of leads to 0. So yeah, another, and again, the probability of 2 or 3 or whatever of intelligent life is basically the probability of 1 times, because again, like if you like, what's the probability of getting heads twice? What's probably, so you apply that, but at a bigger scale, you gotta see that the probability gets smaller and smaller and smaller in a row, or whatever. So it's just a yes, there is probably intelligent life somewhere out there, but if we can't get outside of our solar system, how the hell can an alien get out of their solar system? And we don't know when they develop. Heck, they could have been starting right now. Maybe they're in like caveman times. Maybe they're like ooga booga, like freaking in the caves and huts, barely having a century old of hunters and gatherers. We don't know. We don't know what stage they're at, and they don't know what stage we're at. So it's just like, it's like if 2 people across the U.S. try to anticipate, is this guy even there? I don't know. I've never seen this guy. It'd be almost impossible for me to travel all the way there. By the time I even get there, things will change because, again, time moves forward, whatever. So, like, even, like, let's say alien race was somehow found, right? And it's, like, in another solar system, and it's, like, 10 light years from us. 10 light years or something. Or, I'm not even sure if this is, like, but whatever. And we said, and we send a message to them. We say, hey, how's it going? Right? Simple message. And let's just assume we knew that they were as same as intelligent to us, and they're able to send a message back. It would take 10 years for that message to get to them. And they say, I'm doing fine. And they send a message back to us. We wouldn't hear anything for 20 years. 20 years, and we hear them back like, oh, they're doing great. But in that time between, so much stuff could have happened, so like, again, like the whole, the distance over time, like, yeah, we're not gonna be, well, in my lifetime, we're not gonna see any aliens. Maybe, if humanity survives to year 20,000 or something, maybe. And that's the thing. Like, another thing is like surviving. Like, again, I understand like what people think about, like, oh, we gotta continue the Earth's like, man. Continue living and stuff, like, which is good, but that this is gonna end, right? The heat death of the universe is a thing. It's proven. Like, that's the end game. Which is scary as fuck to think about. Dude, that's scary as fuck to think about. If you think about it, like, yes, you and everyone on this planet will be zilch. Nothing. Nada. Literally, like, think about it. Literally nothing. Nothing, bro. Like you, it's like your monument ain't gonna be there. The water on Earth is gonna evaporate, The atmosphere is gonna go away. Earth's gonna be a freaking crust ball, and then once the sun blows up, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh my god, dude. That's such a. Oh my god, man. That's such an existential threat. I like if you start thinking about it, like your body starts to panic, which obviously, natural reactions like, yes, holy shit. None of this is gonna make it past, whatever. All this technology, information stuff will eventually degrade and go away. Eventually. I mean, granted, it's gonna take hundreds of thousands of years. Don't get me wrong. This will take billions of years, right? I think the Earth's gonna last for what? Another. Let's see, how long? Chat. Let's get some copium. Let's just say let's get some copium too, because I don't know why I'm talking about this. How long will the Earth last? Okay, according to current scientific understanding, Earth will likely last for another 5 billion years. Okay, you got a billion. You got a billion years, right? 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 A billion years? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. 7.88 billion years. What? How old is the Earth? How old? It's 4.5, right? We're 4.5. And we get another billion years. So once the Earth gets an extra billion years, bye-bye to most things. And the Earth is going to last, let's just round things up. 8 plus 5, 13. So the Earth lasted about 13 billion years. Hey, good job. It lasted 13 years, essentially. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Yep. Yep. A billion. A billion. And we haven't, even though the Earth is only 4.53 billion, we only been on it for how long have humans? Okay, hold up. Now I'm really curious. How long humans been on Earth, right? We only been here 200,000 years. That's like a blimp. That's like a little. That's a little compared to when Earth started. Is like a blimp. 200,000 years. Approximately 200,000 years. And we got this far. Damn, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good. Well, that's a good record, right? I mean, if we did a speed run, that'd be the fastest record, right? That'd be the fastest record? Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that would. Because what I'm trying to get is yes, doom and gloom, but you gotta realize that we haven't even been on here for over a million years. We haven't reached a freaking million yet. We haven't reached a million. And the Earth is gonna be around well past when the fuck we're gone. So we only been here for 200,000. Holy shit, I think I need to take the potatoes out. I love drinking. I love drinking. And it came a little bit mashed. Not gonna lie. Whew. Man, that's good. Oh man. Whoo. Yeah, but let me show you about the kids. The guy I watched. Whew. Actually, let's watch another one of his videos. Let me
I've
see.
now rented this car.
Let me see. Let me take a look at this guy. Because this is the guy I was talking about you. This is the guy I was talking about like he was driving for Uber and he has some crazy wild stories. We'll see if you want to know renting from Turo.
Out for 30 days on Turo, and I made over $1,000 in revenue, which sounds pretty great on the surface, but this car isn't free to own. Believe it or not. So some people like hotels, but some people like Airbnbs. Some people like Enterprise or Hertz, and some people like Turo. I think it's a really cool concept, but we're gonna dig into my trips and see how much it's cost, the damage they've done, how much of my time it used, and then account for depreciation and taxes and insurance and everything to see how much I made after 30 days. Or if you just hate my voice, you can just go to the description and I wrote it all out there as well. So this is a 2018 Model 3 long range. The MSRP was like 50 something thousand back in the day. I bought it for 22,000. Well, I financed it, but yeah. And I spent 150 bucks getting it ready for the Turo platform. That being a hard drive for the dash cam, a lockbox for contactless delivery, a lightning cable because I don't have any iPhone charging cables, a little bit of car washing supplies, as well as premium connectivity, which is a subscription the screen has for like Netflix and Spotify and navigation. So just so that the guest has those little luxuries.
Yeah, you could have cut those out, buddy. You could have cut those out. That's being too nice. That's being like that. Granted, he wants to charge a premium. I get it. But you're trying to hit on margins. You're trying to hit on margins, man. Hit on the margins, bro. And you got to cut costs wherever you can. That subscription, bam. Hey, as long as you have the map and you can go wherever you need to go, do it, right? You don't need to watch Netflix, buddy. You're not living in the car. Hey, you're renting it. You're not living in it. So, yeah.
And I was really scared no one was going to rent it because this was a listing with, well, no reviews, no trips, a host with no feedback at all, someone had to just go in blind. And luckily,
Yeah, this is the thing of being too scared. Like, yes, yeah, you have to have listings and whatever, but there's gonna be some guy out there who's desperate enough, who needs something, and he's just saying, "Hey, this is my price." Because like people don't care about reviews. Honestly, I think reviews after over the years, people have gotten less and less critical over it. People just say, "Hey, whatever. As long as this does the job A to B, I will take it." Because I don't. Yeah. Chat, how many actually give a shit about reviews? How many, like, I know you know, but everything out there is a four or 5 star. Nothing's less than a 3 star. Like, if it's a 2 star, you know, like, that means you had to be consistently bad for quite a bit. You know, you have to be consistently bad. Like, it's not even to the point like where you can say, oh, well, it's just a few bad. No, you had to be consistently bad. So I get those ones, but like if you have a 4, because everyone has a 4, you know, and it's really easy to get a 4, you know. Most people don't even want to rate yourself because most people don't care. Most people don't leave ratings. People would only leave negative review ratings. They don't want to be the person in the sea. It's a marketing tactic. Essentially, they want their reviews to be unique, right? But if you're reviewing the same service as everybody, like 5, you're not unique. So you want to be unique, and you got to put down the 4 review, or you want to be unique, and you got to put down the 3 review. It's bias, obviously, but it's a marketing tactic. Is basically people are only going to look at the reviews that are out of the norm, outliers. That's it. They're going to say, whoa, everyone gave this a 5 star, so all these people are, you know, in the sea, in the whatever, but this person gave a 1. Okay, let me read that. And they may not take it to heart. Maybe they will. Depends, you know, but they want to see that 1 review. You want to see why did that person get a 1 review. And again, if everyone's giving it a 5, why is that person giving it a 1? To be unique. That person wanted to be unique. Again, it's a bias. You want your review to stand out. If your review doesn't stand out, you're just going to be on the endless massive wave people of just giving 5-star 4s. So, marketing tactic. That's what I learned in digital marketing. Is that people don't want people who review, and again, that's a certain segment that they want to be unique and special. So, they will never give something a perfect score because that's not going to be unique. That's not going to be revolutionary. That's not, you know. That's not going to be the it thing that's going to get them attention. So they're not going to give a high review. But don't worry about reviews. Again, if you do this long enough and you do a decent job, you're going to average around like a 4 to 5 easy. It's like having a 5, like having a 4.3 or 4.2 it's like to me it's like the average. It's like, yeah, everyone should have that unless you're like really fucking up, like you're arguing like with every other customer, or you're almost getting like in a physical fist fight with some dude. Like you should be getting around like a 4 minimum. You know, if you get a 3, like I'd be like, okay, I mean I'll still drive you, but like yeah, like, you know, a 2 I'd be like, okay, I don't even think Uber's gonna even allow you to be there. So yeah, you know, don't worry about reviews too much. Again, it's just like reviewers have kind of lost a lot of power over the years, just because like so many people use their services, and it's just like, and most people will just honestly just give you a 5 because they just want to be done and over with. You know, they're like, whatever. How was your experience? You know, give us your experience. Like think about it. If you, like, for example, have you ever stayed on the phone after someone answered your questions and did a decent job? You know, they answer your questions in a timely manner. They're able to find the correct information and you're satisfied. But then the automated message says, would you like to stay and to fill out a survey? And you say, hell no, and just hang up. You know, it's not like you had a bad call. And if you did have a bad call, most people will still hang up. It's like, I'm done. You know, I don't want to be on the, you know, like, it's just asking a lot from the consumer. You know, they got their question answered. They're ready to go on their day. They don't want to spend time. You know, they don't want to spend time filling out surveys or whatever, because that's work. It's work, and you're not getting paid for that. You know, leaving your comments, leaving your, you know, whatever, you're not getting paid. So That's work. So that's the reason why it's like if you want surveys done, you got to offer something to the consumer. That's the reason why like restaurants and stuff like, hey, fill out the survey and you get like a free dessert or a free sandwich on your next purchase. They just, that's how you incentivize people because a lot of them, they're not going to do it even with the incentive, but some of them will. They'll say, oh, hey, sure. And they might lie or they might BS. They might go through it, whatever. But you want to get enough so you have a sample size of like legitimate data. Because most people don't want to leave reviews, especially like when I buy an Amazon product. Again, I don't want to leave a review because again, it was a small purchase. Maybe something big, I might leave a review, like a computer. But even then, it's like, hey, as long as it works, I'm okay. Now, if you gave me like a crappy computer and with half the parts missing, yeah, I'd write a strong review, But that was my expectations. Like, hey, it runs, it looks nice, all the cable management's cool. All right, cool. We're good. We're not, no need to, harp on, no need to harp on this product. Good. Give it. If someone says, hey, but someone pointed a gun at me and say, you're gonna file a review. I'm like, okay, fine. 5 stars, whatever. Give you 5. I just want to be done and over with. Okay, here you go. 5 stars, right? So that's what I'm trying to say is that reviews are really not as reliable as people think they are. Just because the attention to detail, lack of empathy, not lack of empathy, but just like the callousness of sometimes of the questions, and then also like what people really think of the product, and they just want to get through the interview as quick as fast. Like It's like, hey, it's like, what did you think about this product? Do you think like that? It's like, okay, yeah, it was good, it was great, it's awesome, meet my expectations. I would marry this thing if I could, but. I need to get back to my day. I don't want to, so kudos to this guy. I like this. He's an up and coming hustle, dude. He's a up and coming hustler. I respect this dude. Hit up his channel. I'm sorry for content stealing for this shit. I definitely respect this guy. But don't worry about that, man. As again, I went through so much schooling and business, all this stuff. It's like at the end of the day, it's like, hey, give a good product, be consistent on your product, and have repeat customers. That's basically how you have a successful business. Be consistent, have a great relationship with customers, and have repeat business. Repeat business is better than having to try to find new business each time. And that's the problem with sometimes with these gig apps is that you have to find new business each time, which is tough, instead of having a stable, reliable connection of customers, So that's how you become successful. Okay, let's continue on. I know I ranted for a long time, but I want to do more than just take this guy's content. I want to put my thoughts and opinions to this. So if you have any questions about again business marketing, hit me up. I know a lot. I know a lot about business and marketing. I spent over $150,000 on a degree. It did something to me. I mean, whether or not I recouped the cost, that's on me. But it did something. I know what I'm talking about. All right, let's continue. Oh.
Somebody took that jump and it was my very first renter. Trip number 1 was 3 days, and I'll put the receipt on screen, which includes exactly what the guest paid, as well as what they paid for charging. But I don't profit on charging because that just, covers charging, and Turo takes some of their own fees out, as well as there's some discounts. So I got $127 from this first trip that was deposited into my bank account that I can do as I please with. He drove about 300 miles, and my second trip was, not as great. I made $236 over 8 days, and that's because I lowered the price a lot to try and get some more utilization. Because, okay, great, the first guy was lovely. We were both each other's first trip. We were both Turo virgins, and we both gave each other 5 stars. We serviced each other wonderfully. Number 2, however, he sucked. Not only was the trip cheap, but I did free delivery. Now that's on me. I was like, all right, it's probably not that inconvenient. Okay, wait, no, it's very inconvenient to deliver a Turo car because wait, I have to go there, I have to drop it off at a specific time, and then I have to get a ride back. So that was a mistake on my end. The other mistake was on his end though, and that's because he damaged the vehicle quite a bit. And I have actually a full video on this trip if you want to see it, but the short answer is he drove 1,000 miles, and during that time he racked up about $800 in damage on my vehicle. After the claims process, I ended up getting $600 out of his cold dead hands, so that was nice because I just got all this cash. Now yes, there was damage to the vehicle, but we're going to save that for later in the video when I get to expenses and
Yeah, dude, where was he driving, man? Where was this guy driving to? Where was this? Was he driving across the country, dude? Like, what? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, racking up miles is that's the problem with Turo. You know, like, you rack up miles. Yeah, and it's just like, yeah. I know, like, people get pressured to, like, the lower prices and stuff like it. You just saw me do it with lowering the lamp and stuff. But, you know, with renting a car and stuff like that, keep the prices the same. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He's learning. Again, you live and learn. I like this guy. You live and learn, yeah.
appreciation. Trip number 3 was just one day. It was my first one-day rental, which means I only got $34 out of him, and he used the car quite a bit. He drove 200 miles, but he was perfect. Super nice, super clean. I didn't even clean the car after him because it looked exactly how it did when I gave it to him. So even though I didn't make much, it was an easy 5-star rental, and he was cool. Trip number 4 was also one day.
And again, like, I think you could charge about 100 per day. Like, no joke. Like, driving a Tesla this nice, I think you could charge 100 per day. Because again, you look at rental car companies, they're charging, like, it'd probably charge me 160 to 200 to rent. I'm assuming California. Maybe I'm inflating a lot because I'm like, this is California prices, because this is cheap, man. One day for $50, of course, man. Yeah, of course. All right.
Also $34, but, well, actually 9 hours. He didn't even keep it for a whole day. He literally picked the car up like in the afternoon and dropped it off later that evening. Unfortunately, he was not super clean. Now, I can see the GPS location, but I try to stay out of their business, just let them do their thing. Don't look, unless it's like a late return and I'm like, I wonder if they're driving my car to Mexico or not. Were there any trips where I just never got the car back? Well, I'm in it right now, so I can't really do a cliffhanger there. I checked once with this guy, and he was parked just on the street somewhere. All the doors were open, the windows were down, and he pumped the EQ of everything in the sound system to max volume. He hotboxed my car, basically, just listening to hip-hop and smoking a ton of weed in this car. So I'm glad he enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy his trip, though. I ended up blocking him as a renter, and I had to replace the air filters because it smelled so bad, which was actually more expensive than I made off of his trip. Now, I had to probably replace the air filter soon anyway, but I feel like I did have to do a little bit sooner. So unideal, not a good trip. Also, one of the most frequent...
Yeah, I don't... That's the other thing. You got to do the market research of how much your car is actually worth. Because, like, my like, again, if someone wanted to rent the Rogue from me, like, I could only probably charge, like, $50. I ain't gonna lie. And some dude could, you know, because the car ain't worth that much. This is a brand new Tesla, man. It's a brand new Tesla. Charge what you're worth. And that's the other thing is, like, people are afraid to be charged what you're worth. They want to get business, but you're afraid of being charged what you're actually worth. Charge what you're actually worth. Charge what you think. And again, you got to get a lot of no's. You get a lot of people who are stuck up like, oh, you're too expensive. You should have low prices. Like, fuck off, man. I know the product I'm selling, and I know it's worth this much. All right? You going to buy it or not? So, that's another thing. Hear my conversations, my business guru conversations that can make you real money. So yeah, I think the main problem is he didn't charge as much as he could have. Again, margins. Hit them damn margins. You gotta hit them damn margins. I'm sorry, bro. That's just business, dude. That's just a business, man. You let this guy basically get away with like charging on his credit card $49 for a nice car, dude. That like charge more, charge 100. I think you should. Like you literally could charge like $100 for a Tesla, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, like this guy again. No fault on him. I appreciate the guy. Again, he's a young dude. He's learning all these mistakes. It's like, but brother, increase your rate. Yeah. When I saw like $46 for one day, I'm like, you're gonna get, like, again, a car he got taken advantage of. Same with the Uber stuff. Like I know, dude. I love this kid. I don't even know this kid, but I love this kid because he has such a big heart and he just wants to do a good job and he just wants to get paid fairly. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about. Is like you're being a young guy and people take advantage. Because again, people are gonna be scrolling like, this is a really good deal. Let me go, scroll it out, whatever. People take advantage of you, and it sucks. It sucks, and like it's fucked up that people take advantage of you. But people will take advantage of your kindness. And I'm not saying like never be kind, whatever. But you just gotta understand the situations, and it's like people will try to take advantage of you. It's just a fact. If you're not willing to set the boundaries, if you're not willing to know what you're worth. That Tesla's easily $100 per day. Easily, he could have got $100 per day for that Tesla. Easily, like 100%. Maybe even 150 per day. Like, and again, a 2-day rental, yeah. Still 55 to $50 a day. That's still relatively cheap, man. Bro, charge more. Like, yeah. How would it work if the competition is like, that's the point. You might not get as many rentals, right? If you charge the price, but but when you do get rentals, you can actually make money. You got to hit your profit margins. And everyone's going to, yes, you got to change your prices consistently, whatever, to keep competitive with the market. But like, if you're so down cheap and you're having a lot of because think about it. This guy doesn't understand business. First off, is that on Turo, you're trying to present a luxury vehicle that most people who want to drive but don't want to deal with the crap of going to enterprise, like that's your target audience. A clean, nice, fresh car with the Netflix shit set up, whatever. That's a premium. Like, you got to understand, like, he's having a Tesla. This is a premium market. Now, if you had some crappy Prius 2020, car, yeah, maybe $50 to $60 a day is reasonable. But he's letting people drive a Tesla, a nice blue one. Like, that's a premium car. That deserves a premium price. That's just, like, to me, it's like, oh, what about, it's like, yes, but then once, like, realize it's not just price. It's also what features you offer, and it also is what you differentiate. It's like, hey, like, yes, I might have a higher price, but I'm willing to drop it off to any location you want. That's a luxury. That's a luxury feature you can add on. You can add it like, increase your price. That's that's how you separate your competition. It's not like a black and white thing. You got to figure out what is the market and what you're trying to hit. Are you trying to be a premium, or are you trying to be basic and try to get as many, many sales as possible? And he was trying to offer a premium car with as many sales as possible. And it's like, that's not the right method to go by. It could work. It could have worked, but it just, in this situation, it didn't. And this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, because again, it's not just about price. It's about what you offer. It's like, hey, I'm willing to deliver anywhere you want with you paying more, because that's a service. That's a service you're offering to the customer. That's a service. That's a service you're offering to the customer, which you don't have to. But it's, again, nice kid, gold heart, appreciate it. But, you gotta be ruthless sometimes as a business owner, man. You gotta be ruthless sometimes, man. And it sucks. I know, you gotta be ruthless on the pricing, and you gotta be firm on the fucking pricing, and you gotta, not be willing to renegotiate. You gotta be firm, man. You gotta be able to walk away too. That's the hardest thing, be able to walk away from something. A lot of people think I can walk away from anything. It's harder than it sounds. It is. But it's such a powerful negotiating tactic that most people don't use. What's this?
Ask questions is hey Alex, you think any babies have been conceived in your Tesla Model 3, Alex? Yes. Well, I don't know if they got pregnant, but I do think there's been some doinking in this Tesla. That passenger seat was suspiciously reclined, and I had to clean the seat. I wore gloves, but I may have cleaned up the aftermath for $34 on my end. Cannot confirm. I should have checked the cabin camera. No. And then after that, literally the next day, I get another one-day rental from the same guy before, the guy that I did not block from renting, and he was great. Once again, loved him. Only made $34, but it didn't take any effort on my part. I didn't have to do a single thing. On to trip number 6 was my first airport delivery. I made only $114. She got quite a few discounts. I think this was 3 days, and she paid $20 for airport delivery. I delivered it to RDU International in Morrisville, and then she drove it to Virginia Beach and back. But she loved the vehicle, and she was the most ran-through renter. I had the Virgin renter. This woman, I don't know, she had like 10 trips, so it was kind of nice because I didn't have to answer any questions. She already drove Teslas. I think she had a Tesla. Super easy, great guest, and super clean. So overall, it was a nice rental, but it was kind of inconvenient to deliver to the airport. Trip number 7 of the month was very unmemorable. I was writing the script, and I don't even remember what this person looked like, but it was 2 days, and I made $78. She drove 327 miles, and my final 8th trip of my first 30 days was for 10 days. Now, it actually overlapped into month 2 by about 2 days. I made $394 from this trip, which was very nice. So yes, that's not much per day. That's $27 per day. He also paid for prepaid EV charging. If you want to give me $20, you just don't have to worry about charging the vehicle when you drop it off. So I profit on that because it costs me like $5 to $10 to fill it up. However, he drove it 2,000 miles. He went to Florida to a wedding. He actually went to Florida during the 2 hurricanes. I will admit, I checked the GPS a couple times just to make sure the car icon wasn't like floating into the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. And it was returned once again. Woo, look, it's here. Which brings us to our $1,051 in revenue. But it's time to spend some money on this vehicle.
Okay, but how are your finances looking? Well, you can see how you're spending your money and where you can improve.
Okay, let's skip the ad. I have Rocket Money too. Very good app. Don't pay for a subscription. Don't pay for premium. It's not worth it. Even though it's like, oh, you lose out something. It saves you $10 a month. say you use $10 a month. Don't, or minimum 6, right? Yeah, minimum 6, because like they can say, oh, you could charge us what's fair. You can't put 0. You can't put $1. You have to put 6. But anyway, it's pretty good at keeping track of your expenses. Yes, it doesn't refresh as fast if you don't pay for premium, but it updates like almost every day, beginning of the day. Also, some categories will just get mixed up. I just have to re-put them in the correct categories. And overall, like, that's basically it. And it's a free budgeting app that really keeps track of your expenses. I recommend it too. I ain't sponsored, but this is just how you get away without paying for anything. Don't sign up for the premium like I did. I did, and I just realized I wasn't utilizing half the features in it, because you could check your credit score, you can do, some other stuff. You can start automatic savings. It's like, but you could do that somewhere else. You don't need it. This is just to check, hey, how much I'm spending. Am I on budget? Yes, no, good, whatever. Let's keep continue. But I honestly think this is a good budgeting app, especially if you really want to like hone in on your finances. I probably should get this for my business too. Yeah, or I need to get QuickBooks. Actually, well, I'm not making as much money, so I don't need QuickBooks yet. But I should consider. I could consider moving up with that. Okay. Anyway, we'll continue on. Let's skip the rest of this. Skip. Okay. Let's see.
Firstly, to start paying back my credit union, that being $443 towards the loan, $100 towards the insurance. This car is on my personal insurance, which, yes, is allowed. My insurance knows that I'm renting it on Turo, and it's bundled with 2 other cars I have, so it's pretty cheap. It's just $100 for this car. I pay like $240 for all 3 cars or something. Now, I did spend money on new windshield wipers because the dealer that I bought this from, they put on like the cheapest wipers they could find, worse than the Temu wipers. That was $60. I also washed the car, well, many times. I washed it like 6 times this month, and 2 of those washes were me being lazy, so I took it to Sheetz to get it washed for $9 a pop. Also, airport parking is not free. It's $5 to get it out, so my guest paid $5, and then I paid $5 at the end of the trip. And then I spent $28 between Ubers and paying for gas to get picked up from the 2 delivery trips. One was the airport, one was the guy's house that damaged my car. Which means I made a profit. Actually, I didn't. I made a negative profit. I lost money, I think is what people usually call that, because the expenses added up to over $1,200, which is a negative $200 profit. However, we can't forget about that claim I got. The $600 claim ended up being the saving grace. It was a $600 payout, which means that my profit was actually $400. But wait, I got that payout because he damaged my car, so that's not good. Well, luckily, it didn't actually cost me anything to get it back on the road because, well, yes, the rims are scratched and I'm missing 2 hubcaps, but I had extra hubcaps at home, so I threw those on, and now it's just damaged. Like, it doesn't really change the rental process. What it does change is the value of the vehicle. So how do we calculate depreciation? Well, first, let's look at how much I made per mile. 9 cents per mile. It was driven 4,500 miles in the first 30 days, which in one hand it's really cool that people were driving this around. I'm just doing my thing, chilling, and my car is out making people happy, bringing them to where they need.
So yeah, I hope this dude is hiring a CPA because he's relying. Because this is not the only thing he does. He does like Amazon Flex. He does every side gig of freaking imaginable. I'm assuming this because like a lot of his videos are like that, and he rented his house. That's a whole nother story. I just hope you can depreciate it. Like again, write out the depreciation because for me, I have a wagey cagey job, but also once you start doing a side business, you want to start deducting because that's how you recoup your costs. Especially with a brand new Tesla, especially the interest amount you pay. That's all good for tax deductions. Tax deductions is gonna save your butt. It's going to save your butt when Uncle Sam comes around. Because I had to pay $426 or something like that to the federal government. I am not going to say my opinion on the federal government at this time due to my own safety. I do not want to incur any wrath on the government and its current administration. Please note that I am expressing my opinion, but people know that the First Amendment is going to probably go out the window in the next 3 weeks. All right, anyway, with that disclaimer away, yeah, I had to pay money, and yeah, I have it set up. It's okay. I am going to pay my taxes. Don't worry about it, okay? All right. So, kudos for that guy. You know, he did make a profit. Technically, you know, with the payout. And with depreciation, I don't know what the car's worth. I mean, within the first 30 days, the car's probably still, like, you probably could resell it for about 20,000. I'm just giving a rough estimate. You probably lost 20% off, 20% of the value when you dry off the lot. So, assuming, you know, you lost about $2,000 on the car. So it's probably worth 20 grand. I'm just rounding down, $20,000. So in equity, but assuming you're going to keep the car, and I'm assuming he's going to keep the car and run it to the ground, it kind of doesn't really matter because it's, you know, you are trying to get profit out of this car, you know.
I just think that's a fun thought to know that it was very well used. I hate when cars don't get driven. I hate when they just rot in a driveway. So it's cool to know that it was being, you know, used. But also, I'm into this to make money. I'm not looking to be like the Oprah of, like, or make a wish of Teslas. Like, I want to also make money. So 9 cents per mile that it was driven is quite low. I mean, for reference, I do Amazon and DoorDash and Uber, and the general rule of thumb people say is you want to make between $1 to $2 per mile. But of course, the difference is you are actively working and dealing with vomiting passengers when you're doing Uber. So yes, you want it to be worth your time. You don't want to do Uber for 10 cents a mile. But if I just have to drop the car off and it passively generates 10 cents per mile, that's not the worst thing ever. Now, yes, it does take up my time, but wait, depreciation. I don't know how to calculate car depreciation. I don't plan on keeping this car forever. Someday it's going to be someone else's because I just won't have a use for it eventually. But I Googled it, and it says average vehicle depreciation is between 8 to 10 cents per mile, which is actually a very convenient number because I made 9 cents per mile, which means I broke even. Like, essentially, after 8 trips, 4,500 miles, and my time, I just ended up in the same place as I did at the start of the month. But wait, there's more. I'm trying to not make this too confusing, but there's a lot of things to consider. 2 more things I want to cover is my time and my equity. Are we building Tesla equity? I don't know. Okay, so my time. So I would say I spent between 12 to 16 hours in this car, not in it, but doing things to this car to rent it out. That being cleaning it, driving it to customers, dealing with the payout from the claim I did. So basically, I would say I probably spend an average of 2 hours per trip, which is very bad for a one-day $36 rental, but spending 2 hours to have it be driven to Florida and back, that's $400. So it evens out in the end to about $26 to $34 an hour I've made. So that's not bad. That's more than I make Ubering, and I much prefer this over Uber. However, if I had not gotten that damage claim, if it wasn't damaged, if I didn't get the payout, I would have lost money. So I would have actually been paying for people to drive my car, essentially. But wait, there is once again more, because one of the many reasons I landed on a Tesla for the previous series, well, I'll go through all the reasons, I guess. 1, I like Teslas. 2, I like Teslas. 3, I like Teslas. But also, there's a used EV tax credit. So in April of 2025, I'm going to get $4,000 off of my taxes, which is pretty huge. Like, maybe this is some stupid mental gymnastics, but hear me out, all right? We're going around the pommel horse here because a penny saved is a penny earned. Did I just make $4,000 by buying this car because I get the tax credit? Well, the question is, can I sell the car? It's kind of hard to say, because what if in the future the car sells for just dirt cheap, and then in the end I might lose money, but in the short term I am saving money? There's just so many variables. It's actually really hard, at least in my first month, to tell if this was like super worth it. Like, if you consider that 4,000 money that I saved and keep in my account, that's huge, because I broke even and then get $4,000 at the end of the month or end of the year. That's great, but also I don't know yet. I'm kind of confusing myself. And then the other final thing to think about is, okay, let's say you buy a house, it's on a mortgage, you rent it out. That tenant's money goes to your mortgage. You're building equity in the home. Most of the expenses that have gone into this vehicle are paying it off. Like, it's mostly going towards the loan, which lowers what I owe, which means in theory, if I just kept doing this, eventually I would have worked 12 to 16 hours a month to get a free Tesla. Kind of. Now, yes, this Tesla is going to be beat up. It's going to have been fricked in. and it's going to have a lot of miles on it, but free Tesla? I don't know. What do you think? Like, if this were...
Okay, anyway. I really want to see this.
I recently delivered my Tesla Model 3 to a guest on Turo, and after 3 days, I went to pick it up, but I found it like this. Oh, it's full of her stuff. No, maybe she was partying. I don't know. Let me see if the key's in here. Turo's been really interesting, because I'll hand the keys over to a polite family of 4 who drives like 5 miles under the speed limit, and they just go hit the beach or something. They picked my car because they want something safe and comfortable for their kids to enjoy, and then the next day it's off to someone celebrating their birthday. They pick up some friends and maybe go on a quick joyride or two, and then they go bar hopping and hit a club or whatever. They picked my car because it's an affordable way to go fast and have a lot of fun. And then within that same week, it'll be in the hands of a third guy who uses my Tesla to just chauffeur his business clients around the Research Triangle Park. And I think it's really fun to see just how versatile and how utilized my car is. It's always on the road, and people are always enjoying it. But one of the most important things as a host myself is making sure this car appears as though nobody's ever driven it, every time. Even though this car is cycling through people every couple days, they want it to look brand new just for them. And honestly, most renters make this really easy for me. They clean up after themselves, and at most, they'll leave behind some dirt from their shoes, or when I see a lady stumbling down the apartment stairs, and what do you know, it's my guest stumbling down.
And then I got...
Slept in on the final day of her trip. She started just like quickly grabbing stuff out of the car, and her hands ended up being full because there was so much. Grabbed like half the items, and I assume just went back to bed. 15%. She did, however, come out. I assume she noticed from her window because she kind of ran down. She left her keys in the car. They were and I mean, there's a few small things like sunglasses. Now, Teslas have 8 exterior cameras, so a lot of you leave comments like, when there's damage to the car, why don't I just go through the security footage and use that as evidence against the guest? Well, the first reason being, the Tesla only saves footage upon request of the driver, so it's always recording, but it only saves footage if you tap the dash cam icon. It'll save the last 10 minutes of what it's recorded and put it on the hard drive. If it was saving everything, you'd have like terabytes worth of footage, so it makes sense. And it does also have motion detection, so if the car's parked and someone like bumps into you or keys your car or something, it's kind of like a Ring camera, and it'll save the my phone chargers. So at this point, after I get home, she realizes that the keys are missing. She calls me and asks for my location so she can Uber to me to pick the keys up, but I had other stuff to do, and I didn't feel like waiting around. Also, I hadn't eaten since the day before, so I was just on the way to grab lunch, and technically, I had no obligation to return the lost items per Turo Terms of Service. It's
well, I mean, like, but then it's useless. Then
just whatever's lost is no longer yours. But I figured, okay, A, that's kind of mean. These are all of her keys, and B, I could just hold them for ransom. So I told her I would return the keys if she cash apped me. I looked up how much an Uber would be from her to me, and it would have been about $60 round trip. So I think I was fair, and I asked for $30 to return the keys, to which she was like, all right, that's fine. She cash apped me the money, and it turns out the keys weren't even hers. They were her friends who were staying with her, and her friend was out of state. So she was literally stranded in North Carolina and couldn't start driving home because her car key was, well, in my car.
Hey. All right, guys. Look, check out my room right here. But anyway, let's go look up Turo. look at these clickbaity things. Look how freaking clickbaity. Jesus, this looks freaking, what's it called? He definitely used AI. That don't look natural, bro. Was it worth it? No.
Who can guess what my Malibu, my verse?
Hold up. Let me go to full cam. So this is just saying, hey, if you think you're gonna make money on Turo, let's check it out. Hold up. Nah, this one's better.
Versa and my Model Y all have in common.
They're all about to make me some money, and I don't gotta lift a finger.
See, I'm using car sharing apps like Turo and HireCar to rent these cars out by the day with just a few clicks of a button. Now, you can make a lot of money doing this, or you could go broke. It really just depends on your system. See,
Okay.
some people, they'll just buy their dream car and pray that they can rent it out enough to cover the car note. But some people actually use their market data to find the best cars that they know are going to turn a profit in their area. I call that choosing between the flash and the cash. Now, I know what side I'm on, but the question is, what you picking? Who can guess what my mouth?
Okay. I mean, he's definitely for the cash, but yeah.
So now let's talk about Turo. I decided to stop doing Turo for my Tesla Model 3. So this car has about 25 trips so far. Most of the people who rented the car don't leave permanent damage, but they do abuse the car. After the trip, you start hearing these squeaking loose noise that you never really heard it before. It wasn't really their car, so when they drive over like speed bump and stuff, they don't really slow down. They just kind of like floor it through, something like that. And some of them are just straight up leave permanent damage like this.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like small damage like that. There are also small things like here on the rim. They just carved the rim, but the repair is under cost of $250. So yeah, the insurance won't even cover. Small wrap damage like here, also in the front. I mean, these are just rack chips. I do also have some of the big one that is covered by insurance, but it's just a lot of hassle negotiating with them.
Okay. Nah, yeah, see, this is the problem. It depends how much you rent it out for. Especially with Teslas, like a lot, like, yes, you'll get a lot of business with Teslas, but you got to realize that your car is a premium car. It is considered a sports car. Just go check out the comments. Okay, a little. Oh wait, shit! You can't see the comment. Hold up. Let's go back to the scene. I was like, shit. You can't read the comment. This is like, seems like you didn't do a good job documenting the vehicle, so you rented it out. I have a Tesla Turo. I have pictures for each trip before it goes up. It's a business. Treat it like one. Man up and start putting in your work and go after people who disrespect your ride. Man, what is this guy? What is this? What is this? He's an alpha? This is an alpha? Like... Or the battery's still attached. Yeah, you didn't get the fucking guy like ripping out your wheels. He rented out the car for $50, stole your wheels and just like dipped on with a credit card he canceled. Hey, that's
Here
what.
are the stats.
Oh, that's the reason why. Like, hey, man, I'm gonna do Lyft and Uber, but I'm doing it in a shitty car, man. I'm doing it in a car I got for free, and it runs. I don't care, man. It's like, hey, man, this is the car you get. Like, enjoy this car. Like, I'm rolling down the windows. I'm like looking out. Like, shoot, this windows are tinted as fuck. Like, bro, this is not a luxury car, and I'm not saying it's a luxury car. Don't need to be a luxury car. So that's what I'm saying. Like, my profit margins are gonna be higher than someone else with a Tesla because I don't have to pay a car note. All the extra money, that's extra money in my pocket. All I gotta do is pay for insurance. That's it. Insurance is only like $160. It's not even that much, man. $160. Like, so that's extra money in my pocket. So that's the reason why, like, hell yeah, I'm gonna not rent out my car, but like do driving pickups. Again, I'm driving till the wheels fall off of that car. Damn straight, like 2017 Rogue. I'm riding it till the wheels fucking fall off. That's it.
Here are the stats.
Aubrey and I always talk about the absolute horror stories of renting vehicles out on Turo, but that's not always the case. The truth is, the majority of our renters are actually really uneventful and really good renters, but good renters don't make for good content. But sometimes, great renters make for great content. Reintroducing our 2014 Toyota Yaris that you've never seen because it's been on a consistent rental for one whole year. I'm not joking, this renter literally rented this vehicle June 12th of 2023 and ended their trip on June 12th of 2024. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the vehicle. It's pretty dirty on the inside, but that's kind of to be expected after a 1 year long rental. And the outside isn't really that worse for wear. The backside, there's no dents, dings, or scratches. We have all the hubcaps, mainly because I replaced some of them. They break over time, and this car still looks in great condition. Now, there are a few issues that we do need to address before it goes out on its next rental. Oil change and tire rotation was just recently done. Just got to recheck the brakes, make sure everything's good there, and get the rest of these items taken care of. Now, we're sad to see this rental end so prematurely, but truthfully, Turo wouldn't let the renter keep extending this trip. Aubrey and I always talk about the absolute horror stories of renting vehicles out on.
I got on Turo thinking I was gonna make money every month, but I just did my numbers last month and I seen that really I'm down about $2,000 on the year, and I've had the car probably a third of the year. So the point I wanted to make was it ain't always sweet like how people make it seem sweet, and there's probably things I could do to increase my profit, but I'm not letting that throw my vibe. This is the point of this video. Sometimes we get into things and think it's gonna be super sweet because how people explain it, but if we don't get in there and get our hands in it and figure it out for ourselves, we'll never know. Don't even trip, man, because what I'm starting to really see the further I get into business Things don't never go the way I thought it was gonna go, man. Prayers up, blessings up. I got on Toro.
Okay, I mean, basically, dude's like saying, "Hey, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but you know, you just need a learning experience." I appreciate it. So let's go on TikTok. Again, I just need a. I know this is weird right now, but you'll understand my madness. There we go.
Exactly. Ice is coming. Who's coming? Ice. Oh, damn. Did y'all get that? Who's coming? It's cold. It's gonna be cold. He said ice is coming, my babes. Cold, brother. Oh, word.
What is the what? What is this? Why did he say that? Why couldn't he just be a man and just say, "Yeah, dude, I'm talking about ICE, like the immigration, I forget what the C is, but enforcement, customs enforcement." Why couldn't he just say that? Why do you have to be like a little? I can't say any of this, but yeah, why? Like seriously, hey, whatever. Let's listen to this. I did not pre-watch this. I don't know what's going on, but let's finish this up.
You gonna deport me? You gonna deport me? What are you now? Immigration? Nobody said anything about immigration. Immigration? Is that what you're saying? You saw that? You're saying that you want to be deported? Is that what you're saying? You gonna deport me? My friend, have a good life. I'll pay you to deport me, bro. No kidding. Stop playing with me, bro. How much? How much you need? How much you got in your pocket? How much you need? Dude, I don't need anything from you. All right, so deport me. Put in my pocket. Okay. Give me my right.
Yeah, this will get copyrighted, but I don't care, man. I ain't making any money off YouTube. Hell yeah! Woo! Is this Demon Slayer? Fuck yeah, dude. This is Demon Slayer, right? I just want to make sure, right? Yeah, let's do this.
Stop that. You'll break something.
Whatever.
That's enough backtalk, young man. You can forget about going to that concert tonight.
What? You can't do that.
I can, and I have. Come on, DW, I'm done.
Whoa. Kid dropped his first N-bomb in a public place. Nah, just joking. I don't know what he said. You know, he said the F word, whatever.
Arthur, I have to ask you something. What does mean? Wow, it happened again.
I told you not to touch it! Arthur, have you put away your... What's going on in here?
Nothing.
He's right, honey. All you have to do is tell it to us.
But what if it does something really, really bad?
What could one little word do?
Oh.
Stop that. You'll break...
Bro, don't be saying... Yeah. Don't be cussing. Kids, don't cuss. It ain't cool. It's not cool to cuss, all right? Be on the moral and straight. Don't cuss. Don't swear. Be pious. Don't be saying bad words, okay? Yep.
Honey? Huh? Who took all my clothes? I can't believe Drew would sink so low.
Morning, son. Looking sharp. And your hair smells nice, too.
Thanks, Pop. Pop, you haven't seen Drew around here lately, have you? These cute little practical jokes have gone far enough.
Yeah.
This has got to be the fastest voice.
Okay. Okay, what? Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Hold up. Turo gone wrong.
Tell me how I went from this all happy and excited to make this investment to this in a matter of a month.
Oh my god.
Now the car still drivable, but this mug is through, man. Now this car was on Turo and a customer got into an accident. I was only in my third trip until this car got messed up, man. I did a lot of grinding to get the personal property tax, get everything done, get this mug ready to go. And then just 3 trips in, this mug gone, man. I'm gonna go through the claiming process, see how it go. Hopefully it's just a bump in the road, man. But hey, my car down already. Sad. Tell me how I went from this all happy and
Yeah, that's what I mean, it's a risk. That's again, that's like another thing is like it's a risk. It's a business risk. When you're renting your car out like this, you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk. It's business risk.
After 6 months of me owning this Maserati Ghibli, I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel, y'all. It's time to move on.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good looking car, man. That is a good looking car. That is a good looking car.
I bought this car to add to my Turo fleet and to rent out and make money with it. It was an experiment from the beginning. I have 60 other cars in my Turo fleet, and I decided to test out a Maserati, even though most people told me not to. But I also didn't have enough information on what really all goes wrong with these cars. But I have a lot more now. So
60 cars? This guy's a multi-millionaire? What? Bro, why don't you just open a Hertz? What? Why you can own your own mini rental shop. Why the hell are you going to Turo? like what? Like, that's a little odd, isn't it? 60 cars? When I heard 60 cars, I was like, what? 60? Did he say 60 or 6? Wait, let me hold up.
Maserati, even though
Sorry. Let me. Okay, let me rehear this. I want to make sure.
I bought this car to add to my Turo fleet and to rent out and make money with it. It was an experiment from the beginning. I have 60 other cars in my Turo fleet.
Oh no, it did say 60. 60. What? Where's this car? Is it in your house? You just have like a 6-story house with like park garages everywhere. Where are you getting 60? I don't know. I mean, guy looks successful. I mean, I don't know. I kind of call cap, but whatever. Let's continue.
And I decided to test out a Maserati. But I also all goes wrong with these. First, I want to mention that during the 6 months that I had this car, it did make really good money when I was renting it out. The problem is, it spent over half the time I've owned it in the mechanic shop trying to get repairs on it. I had no engine issues, no drivetrain issues at all with this car. That's actually the main reason I bought the car in the first place. It sounded really good. You know, the Ferrari built engine drove great, sounded great, shifted great. All of the problems came from build quality issues with everything else. My main problem was a brake caliper and axle. I'm trying to get things to stop squeaking in the back of the car. And then on the inside, it just seemed like all the parts, everything in there was just low quality and will break easy. The Maserati is basically a Chrysler 300 with a fancy suit on. Now, if you can get one for a really good price that's been well taken care of, I do believe it can be a really good rental because the perceived value is so high on these cars, which is good for return on investment. After 6...
Okay, so it seemed like it was more of a manufacturer issue than people breaking the car. Okay.
We had a car returned at 11:30 last night. I was going to wake up at 5:30 to get it ready by 6:30, and this is what I was greeted with. I think it goes without saying, it did not go out on its rental. I can fix a lot of things before a trip, but I can't fix this. We got some major hood damage. This hood is now jammed permanently shut, and all of the grill, radiator core support, the radiator and the condenser have also been damaged too. Not only that, but the impact pushed this fender all the way back into the passenger door, so now the passenger door won't even open all the way. We actually had plans to have this car entirely repainted to fix this fender and this door, which is in really bad need of a paint job.
But
Thankfully, this happened before that, because I'd be very upset if we painted the entire car just for this to happen. The strangest thing is that this guest did not mention anything when she dropped it off at 11 last night on time. Also left it empty without gas, but we're going to get a reimbursement for that too. Now we still have to file our damage claim, but stay tuned to see what happens. And comment on whether or not you think this car is totaled or if it's repairable. We had a car at 11:30 last night.
That car looks like it. I'm just gonna save the thing. That thing's total. That thing's total. Yeah. Like I'm gonna save you the time. That thing's total. I'm sorry, bro. Like there ain't no way of saving that car. It's just yeah.
This happened to.
So like what will happen is that she'll get charged extra, like probably the deductible of what it would cost to fix the car. So this lady, like for example, my deductible is $500. So basically $500 is what it would cost in order for the insurance to kick in to repair it. So that's how much she would get charged on extra because she's the one who caused the fall in the car. And the insurance would charge her. I mean, the insurance company would charge her, or I would charge her an extra $500. Like, hey, you're the one that caused this because you rented it and you somehow got a fender bender or whatever. You're paying the $500. So that's basically it. The guy, I ain't too worried about the guy. He's good. He's good.
To my car on Toro, y'all.
Ooh.
Y'all let me know. Is it repairable? No tires. I'm talking about they drove this bitch on a. Y'all let me know, is it repairable? Is it repairable or is it total? All my windows busted out. It's glass all in there. Is it repairable or what, y'all? Let me know. Comment below, let me know. This happened to my car.
What the hell happened? What happened? I have no idea. It looked like some random dude like. This is like what happens when the car gets stolen and you don't see it for a month. This is what ends up happening. It's in the middle of the road. The police call you, say, "Hey, we found your car." It's it's in the middle of nowhere, busted out. It's like, what is this? My God, man.
Do not rent from Turo. I don't care how cool their cars are that they have on there. You know, it might seem appealing, and I'm sure a lot of them you'd have a good time with, but the off chance that it goes wrong, it goes very wrong. Quick summary of what happened. Rented a 2016 E400 Cabriolet in Las Vegas like a month ago. You know, it's a cheap car, nice looking convertible in the photos. I got catfished. The car had a few cosmetic issues when I picked it up. Didn't care. Drove it around. Had a few small issues like vibration at speed, and it was a little bit worn out with 108,000 miles, but didn't care. It worked. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to go to the airport and rent another car or call Turo. I'll tell them afterwards that the car was subpar. And in the middle of the trip with my girlfriend, the roof stayed open. It's a convertible. It didn't close, which there was nothing in the trunk. There was something wrong beforehand. The roof just didn't close. I called the host for 8 hours. He didn't respond. And then I called Turo at the time, and Turo said that they'll reimburse me with a credit or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool. The host comes the next day, didn't resolve the issue because he had no way to. There was no real solution provided. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then when I returned the car, he tries to put the blame on me, said that I broke the top. Even though I saw him in person, he didn't say any of this stuff. He just wanted to say it after the fact because he knows I would have been really upset with him in person. And tried to claim I did a bunch of damage to the car, and Turo ended up hearing him out, but then they denied almost every claim but one. He tried to say the roof was my problem. No, they dismissed that. He tried to say I took it off-road, damaged the bumper. The bumper was already destroyed before that, so they denied that. But they got me for one thing, the seat latch. This did break. The same night I picked up the car, it was kind of still dirty inside, so I just decided to go to a quick automated car wash. I went to go pull the latch to go vacuum the back seat area, and I've pulled these latches before in other Mercedes models. I know how to pull it. It just snapped off of my hand the first time, and I wasn't the Hulk with it. I just was gentle, and it just snapped. And
Okay.
you can see, it snapped very clean. And at quick glance, it looked like it was put on before with super glue. This area right here was super glued back on, and the cable part, where it latches onto the cable to actually actuate the seat forward, it all broke off at the same time.
Okay.
I was like, oh, whatever. I just threw it in the back seat. It looked like something that has broken before from another renter, and the host just glued it back on instead of ordering a new one for $48. But that's it. And for the past 3 weeks, they have been trying to get me for $369 for that. Keep in mind, the part is $48, and I'm sure he went to Mercedes-Benz in Las Vegas and said, write me up the most expensive invoice possible because I'm a scammer. Because, looking at that Mercedes, it's never been to the dealership since it was under warranty, and you could go to an independent shop, pay them $50 to do this. I looked up a video on how to do this. It's not that hard, and just get it done for $100. I unfortunately do not have any tangible evidence to support this because I didn't think I'd have to. And given the fact that Turo has on file that I've complained that the car was in terrible shape to begin with, you would think that they'd have enough of a brain to think, maybe it was repaired badly before, so we'll support Raphael's claim. And we've denied all the other ones, all the other allegations that...
Yeah, nah, man. The company doesn't care. Company doesn't care. Why? And again, it has to be again, even from your story, it's yes, it probably was just poorly fixed, and they could have done cheaply, but it's just yeah, it sucks that you have to. Hopefully, you get out of the deny claim, but if not, then that's just a lesson learned, man. That guy's a scammer. Don't rent from Turo. Bad experience. Yeah, just move on. So this is from the opposite side. This is from a renter's experience, and this is how Turo would charge you. Because they have your credit card information. They can charge you more on that credit card or, whatever. So this is how they charge you, is that Turo's the middleman. They are the judge, jury, and executioner when they deal with who's in the right, who's in the wrong, da-da-da-da, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So when this thing's hey, this thing was detached, because all they see is that this thing was attached when he rented it out. Now it's not attached. And that's all Turo can really go on. They can't really go off this TikTok video you made. So they're going to have to side with the guy who rented the car out.
The host has put on him, but we're going to keep this one thing because we have just terrible judgment. I have no reason to break anything or mismanage anything. I'm just there for vacation. I'm just there to have a good time. I'm the type of person that cleans a rental car before I return it. I even cleaned his car. I put it through the car wash again. I vacuumed it again, just I just give it back clean. The worst part about Turo is their customer support is just outsourced. It's horrible. It's an endless cycle of nothing getting done. I've been on the phone with them 10 times. They all say the same thing.
Yep.
It sounds like they're all reading from the same script, and they just cannot offer me any solution beyond there is no solution. It's just bullshit. In the last few phone calls, I tried to be hey, get me to a supervisor, get me to someone who can actually do something. And it's always hold for 2 minutes, hold for 2 minutes, hold for 2 minutes. And I finally got to a supervisor. It was talking to the same person again. And when they said that, they were oh, we'll charge you $369. I'm no, I'd like to have another, review of this claim. This is not, you guys haven't really taken the time to hear me out. I spoke to someone else from Turo a month ago that said that this wouldn't be an issue. And I called his number and he didn't pick up. Which this email here basically is after the phone call. They're hey, we'll look into it again, blah, blah, blah. You can see right here. Here's the number and all that stuff. This is right before they're hey, we're going to charge you a card for this. I'm hey, no. You guys do another review of this thing. I sent him another photo again just for their own records. And I'm all right, fine. Didn't hear an email. And a few days ago, I was just walking through Ace Hardware, minding my business. I get a vibration on my phone that said that I had a automated charge of $369. Now I run to my email and I just see it's from Turo. I was told that I would not be charged until it got resolved. I got no email, no follow-up, no like, hey sir, we've come to the conclusion that this is not going to work out, blah, blah. They just charged it, which that pissed me off. It's not like $370 is a shit ton of money. It's just the principle of it. I'm not paying for someone having a badly maintained car and a bad experience with the app for a whole month straight. Honestly, guys, just don't rent from Turo. If you do anything wrong at all with the car, and I guess if you do, take a million videos of it, but just don't do that. The cars on there are cooler, but...
Y'all, I can't stress enough not to use Turo. We rented a car over here in the UK, and...
England?
There was like this strong air freshener smell. We had to drive it like 3 hours to a wedding. The second day we got in it, it was like super hot. And we realized that this car smelled pungently like gas. To the point where we had to ride with the windows down. Our clothes smelled like it. Our hair smelled like it. And we can't get the smell out of our clothes.
Okay, so it's just a bad car. Okay.
What's up, man? Are you sitting down?
No, I'm standing.
How are you, man? Good? Good, how are you? Good, good. Listen, take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath. All right, 1, 2.
Literally dropped off the key and the lock button left. I just bought that. That's a structural damage, right?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, look at this.
What's your plan now?
Call the dead guy and throw a little touch up on it. That thing got bamboozled. Did the car just come back right now?
Yeah, 2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. That's how you know it's a Monday. This bitch just rolled up just to remind you at the last second. Yo, it's Monday! Hey, how you doing? Damn it! File that claim. Total loss. R.I.P. I think it's been 1 month.
So what do you think, man?
You really think Joe could fix it?
Let me give him a video call. And
I thought no.
Is there frame damage?
You cannot tell from here now. Stop crying, bro. Stop crying, please.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't
Make
worry.
some money.
All right, man. Let me call Joe now, and I'll give you a call later. What's up, man? Are you
Oh my God. Oh man. Man, insurances are happy, man. The amount of claims and insurance that that freaking Turo brings to people, man. Insurance companies supposed to be damn happy. They see this and it's like, make a sweet ass check, you know?
Stop using Turo. Stop. This exact same car. I have this exact same car. This is a customer paying me for my Tesla at $150 a day. Now, the reason I can do this is because I don't have a lot of the things that Enterprise and Hertz do as far as verification, young driver fees, making it hard for people to get a car. You have to be 25, all this stuff. Or crazy deposits. Protect your car by knowing where it is.
So I've had a higher than normal amount of damage claims on my Turo cars recently, and it all seemed to happen within the same 2 or 3 week period. Luckily, every single guest has paid the invoice that I sent them. There are several plans that you can be on with Turo with different deductibles. I am on the riskiest, highest deductible plan. That means that it's possible that I could be responsible to pay for up to $2,500 worth of damage that the guest causes to my car. So let's take a look at these recent claims, and I'll talk about what would have happened if the guest didn't pay to both myself and the guest. So this one up here was windshield damage to my Ford Maverick. A big truck had kicked up a rock while my guest was driving it, got the windshield pretty good. She ended up getting the windshield fixed while she still had the car on her trip. That's why when you see here respond to damage report, there's nothing to respond to because she had the windshield fixed before she returned the car. The cost for the windshield was almost $900. She told me that her personal insurance did kick in for this. She had a $500 deductible with her insurance, so she was only responsible to pay for the $500 and her insurance paid the rest. Now, if the guest returned my Maverick with the windshield damage and refused to pay for it, here's what would have happened. I would have paid for the windshield damage and submitted the receipt to Turo. She would have had to pay for that plus a $150 admin fee. And because I'm on the 90 plan with Turo, which is the highest and riskiest plan, because that's below my deductible of $2,500, I wouldn't have gotten anything. However, because I am a power host, there are certain perks that power hosts get, and some windshield coverage is one of those perks. But that perk is only $100, so I would have only been paid $100 towards the.
My Turo car.
So I came across a video of someone who runs a Turo.
I use Turo because I'm banned from all rental companies. See, what had happened, I had President Circle set up with Hertz Rental Company. I used a corporate code to get a massive discount. I decided not to use it, and I.
What about Turo? Anything for Turo? Oh, when motherfuckers just want to change shit last minute, like, yo, can we do this time instead? And then I just lie. If the pickup's at 10, you're like, can I bring it at 11? I'll be like, oh, you got to add an hour on. Because you don't hit me like 30 minutes before. Yo, can I come at whatever? Oh, you got to put that through the app. Because now if you go past 30 minutes and I don't close out the trip, they're going to automatically charge you a late fee. And then they go to look through the app and they're like, oh, shit, time is money. You know what? Fuck it, bro. 10 will work. Yeah, well, that was the fucking agreement. What about Turo?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Dude, fuck these people. These are strangers. At the end of the day, again, your reviews don't matter as much as people think it is. Be firm with these people. That's it. Don't let them take advantage of you. That's it. Be strict. Hey, I'd rather be strict than sorry. That's it.
Typically, when a guest rents a car on Turo and then tells the host that the car was stolen in their possession, that's not usually the case. Typically, what actually happened is they handed the keys to someone that they knew who will not bring the car back. So they tell the host it was stolen to try to avoid some responsibility. But if you actually hand car keys to someone, that car is not actually stolen, and the guest is going to be responsible for whatever they do. Story time. Now, this actually happened to one of my students over the weekend. Not to me, but he did give me permission to tell the story. So the guest contacts the host, Cameron, and tells them that the car was stolen. So Cameron calls me. He's freaking out because he literally just bought this car last week, and it was the first trip that the car's been on.
So that's where you say, okay, where are you? Where are you at? Let's go file a police report. Because, again, 99% of the time, it's like, hey, we got to get police involved. Because, again, it's a stolen car. So we're going to have police involved. I'll be there. And then tell them, like, hey, we use the Turo app. They're going to take your statement. Because, again, at this point, it's like, hey, man, you know, like, are you going to lie? You know, they're going to ask you, like, where are you taking the car? Because, again, this could be fraud. Like you're playing a dangerous game. I know, like, a lot of people like try to be cute or whatever. It's fraud. It's fraud. And fraud's a felony, and you go to big boy prison for that. So don't do that. Just simple. I'd be immediately like, oh, okay. Hey, so where was the last location of the car? Okay. And hey, I'm coming over there right now. You want to meet a place? It's like, hey, I want to be in person. I know it's a stressful situation. I'm pretending to be nice, but really it's like, and we're going to get the police involved, you know? I'm going to say, hell yeah, hey, like, oh yeah, I called the police, and like, yeah, they're going to ask us questions, and they're going to say, they're going to, you know, because then we can get a police report, and it's say, hey, the car was stolen. And in the back of your mind, it's like, holy shit, the police are, because again, every scammer does not want to deal with police, because they know they're doing illegal shit, okay? That's how you get away with, that's how you beat scammers. Like physical scammers, is to say, hey, let's get the police involved. Because again, if you're, you know, I mean, I don't want to like perpetuate this. Like if you're an honest citizen, hey, nothing to be worried about. If you're a scammer who let your buddy borrow a car that you know that he shouldn't have access to, guess what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna snitch on your friend? No. But then it's like, okay, well, now the story doesn't add up. You don't know where the car was. You just left the keys in the car. Okay, hey, man, it's going to be all in the police report, which I'm going to submit to Turo, and not only that, to my insurance claim. Time to start being like you want to play the game. You can roll the dice, but hey, man, if we find the car and your buddy's inside it, he's going to, he's going to prison. Because, hey, he's going to jail, bro. If we somehow find the car, because it's like, oh yeah, I also have a tracker too, and I let the, you know, I have a hidden tracker in it, so you know, hopefully we can use that, and I'm gonna give the tracker to the police, and we're gonna figure out that's gonna get the guy sweating, because again, whoever's in that car, he's gonna snitch. He's gonna say, whoa, hey, this guy let me actually borrow it. No, I didn't steal it. He gave me the keys. Look, you know, like, and again, it's like that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, and if it is stolen, whatever, the guy's gonna ditch the car somewhere and whatever, but it's gonna be on the onus of the person who rented it. So that's what I'm saying. It's like immediately just say, okay, don't freak out. Just contact the person. Just say, hey, I'm gonna be there. We're gonna get the police involved. I do, have a hidden tracker, whatever, something like that. So you keep track of the car because rentals have trackers in them. Rentals have trackers in them. They do. So it's like, hey, we're gonna get the rental, and I know it's a subscription, but like it's well worth it. So you can keep track of like where the fuck your car is. So yeah.
It happens, y'all. So Cameron tells the guest, okay, I'm going to call Turo and let them know you're probably going to have to fill out a police report. So Cameron contacts Turo Trust and Safety, and they said they're going to escalate it and call him back shortly. Now, unfortunately, there was a problem with this escalation, and Trust and Safety did not get back to him that night. After waiting about 2 hours, Cameron did decide to just go ahead and handle the situation himself. He looked on the tracker to see where the car was, and it was unfortunately about 2 or 3 hours away. He also contacted the local police department for where the car was located. Now, the tracker that he used was OnStar, so he called OnStar and they just disabled the car. The police then went to the car's location and had it towed. So he really wanted to go get the car that night, but it was so far away, and it was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, Cameron, just wait. The car is safe. Wait to talk to Trust and Safety tomorrow because they will probably pay you to go get that car, which they did. The guest has completely ghosted Cameron at this point. Has not heard from the guest at all. Guest has not filed a police report. Radio silence. So after speaking with Cameron, the Turo investigator calls the guest, and the guest actually did pick up the phone for him. The investigator tells the guest, you need to fill out a police report. Come to find out, the guest had handed the keys to someone else 3 days prior, and that someone else completely ghosted the guest. And that's when the guest decided to contact Cameron and say the car was stolen. Now I'm going to show you how much Cameron was paid for this in my next video because I'm running out of time here. And the guest is probably going to have to pay for that. Now, if the car was actually stolen, the guest would not have to pay for it. But since it wasn't actually stolen, the guest is probably going to have to pay for it. Unfortunately, the car came back smoked in, dirty, and with this lovely little burn hole in the carpet. That's going to be a damage claim. Cameron filed a damage claim for the missing key and the burn hole. In the past, Turo has covered keys for people without going into their deductible. So we're going to see if Turo will cover the cost of a brand new key and
that I don't know why that guy let him. He had a lot of trust in his buddy. Hey. So.
Here's how much money Turo paid me for the incident with my Jeep. Somebody rented it on Turo, tried to outrun the cops, hit another car, and got it impounded. So even though they only had the Jeep for 3 hours, they rented it for 3 days, so I get to keep the money for all 3 days. And the reason why the daily rate is so low is because it's slow season. I usually get almost double that during.
Wait, what? Someone was a police chase? I don't know how to get your car back. I mean, because again, that's I don't know how that works. Yeah.
$45 for an improper return. The improper return fee on Turo is $50 minus the 10% that I give Turo. I get $45. Improper.
Wait, what? So if okay, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was gonna say like fees that they charge on technically Turo takes a percentage. Man, Turo makes money either way. Turo always makes money. Yeah.
Return is basically whenever a car isn't returned to the place that they picked it up from. Since this car didn't go back to its original location and it was impounded and I picked it up from there, that's an improper return. $150 for cleaning, $150 for smoking. So this $200 that Turo paid me is like an inconvenience fee. You always get paid something when you go and recover your car yourself, and because I had to go to the police station and get a police release and then go to the tow yard and get my own car, they paid me the $200. I did have the option to not go get it myself. I could have had Turo tow it to me, but it was just a lot easier to go get it myself. This other fee of $325, that's just a reimbursement. It cost me $325 to get my car out of impound, so Turo's just reimbursing me for that. Now they do also owe me for gas, and they'll pay me $10 on top of whatever gas I put in the car. They are also reimbursing me the cost of the key that I had to get made. So overall, I am getting a little over $600 for this. However, this car was damaged. And because I'm on the 90 plane with Turo, which is the riskiest plane you can be on, I have a $2,500 deductible. And this is absolutely going to cost more than $600 to fix. So this one was actually a loss for me. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, Turo should pay for this. And well, yeah, but hosts get to choose their own protection plan with Turo, and I am on the highest riskiest plan with the largest deductible. Could be on a plan with the lower deductible, like a $250 deductible, but I'm not. So unfortunately, when something like this happens, we're gonna have to come out of pocket. But overall, being on the 90 plan works out for me because I have so many cars. If I was on the 75 plan and had a $250 deductible, I would actually, be bringing in less. But because I'm a power host, Turo will be paying to replace this tire for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bro, that guy's in prison, dude. He don't got any money, dude. Well, another thing, you can probably just go through your own insurance or just like, yeah.
So a client booked my co-host Jeep Grand Cherokee and they returned it like this. Little damage right there on the fender, side view mirror, a little on the door there. It gets a little bit worse on the door and it continues onto this door.
The heck?
With a little damage right there. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse as you.
Hey, what the heck does this guy do? Did the guy get a crown? Was he like trying to? Did he go to like? Did he go park in a Home Depot? Did he park at an Auto O'Reilly and like try to get one of those pens to cover up small dents or whatever? And he got like a red one. The dude's colorblind or something. What is that red spot there?
You go along the car. Probably gonna cost me about $500 to $700 max to fix this damage, and get a little thing in the trunk right here, and there's the part right here. Check it out. Okay, so you just got to connect that. What's this? Oh, they left some French toast here as well. A little dessert once we finish up with the work. My co-host originally never wanted to rent this car because he was so in love with it. He was one of those people that are emotionally attached to the vehicle, which is...
I had a renter, he booked the vehicle, and everything was really rushed.
This is honestly hilarious.
I rented a car on Turo.
Okay.
Nice, right? Waiting on valet.
So we were in Canada.
Damn. Well, trying to make money off of Turo. Don't do it, I guess. Yeah, bro. Wow. Shit. Man, goddamn. Landlord evictions. Let's go take a look.
I'm being evicted again. This will be the second time in a row, and means I'll be searching for my 6th London home in 9 years.
Victory for Stanford.
The heck? There's one way to get them out.
Evictions in Ontario are up 85% since.
I just evicted my tenants, and this is how they left my property. They ripped off my cabinets, they took out the sink, they demoed everything, put everything in the living room, and look, I finally found where my kitchen sink's at. They left all the junky furniture here. Now I had to get rid of this. They took a sledgehammer, and look what they did to my bathroom. But they were kind enough to leave me the toilet, so I could have some deep thoughts. And in case you were wondering what the second bathroom looked like, yeah. They did leave this room a little bit better condition. They left some furniture here, but The floorboards are messed up. I guess I need a new AC. Do you think I should take that security deposit? Comment below. I just evicted my tenants, and this is how they left my property. They ripped off my cabinets. They took out the sink.
I mean, yeah. Lawsuit? Yeah.
Can I help you? I just evicted my tenants, and this is how they left my property. They ripped off my cabinets. They took out the sink. They demoed everything, put everything in the living room, and look, I finally found where my kitchen sink's at. They left all. Can I help you?
Ma'am, Officer Gaddy, Superior Court. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Can you open the door? We're here to do the eviction.
I'm sorry, but there can't be any force that's involved.
There's an eviction. It was kicked back from federal back to the state last night or yesterday, and I was advised to move forward today. Can you come to the door, please?
Who do you have with you? A police officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Can I speak with him?
Can you come to the door?
I cannot. I'm sick in bed.
Okay. Well,
Well, that can't stop the execution of the eviction.
Well, those orders are void, unfortunately.
Police officer, more samples.
Sir.
Can you come downstairs and
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I can talk to you through this right here.
Okay. Well, this gentleman's here to serve you with an eviction. So
I understand what he's here for, but unfortunately, the eviction papers that he was served are fraudulent.
and why is every time you talk to a Karen, she sounds like this? They're fraudulent? Like she has to like raise her voice? Like she has to emphasize? Like, okay, man. Yeah, this is serious, man. They don't play around. I mean, because they're gonna kick down that door and arrest you, because now you're trespassing. Shoot. Wait. Doesn't the landlord have the keys? I would just like open the door, like, hey, go grab her. And they change the locks, like, hey, bust down the door, go grab her. Hey, I just like, hey man, you could stop talking to her. I give you the right to go bust in the door and go grab her.
As a result of being fraudulent and not being ordered by the court of right, he doesn't have the actual order. Nothing. But
I'm surprised that this went on for 5 minutes. Bro, why just kick the door down, man?
Let me show you how to throw an eviction case out. If your landlord posts your eviction notice like this, you can have the case thrown out. See, in Texas, they have very specific laws on how to notify a tenant of an eviction if you're the landlord. There are 3 ways per Texas law. First, you can hand it to them in person. 2, you can post it on the inside of the entry door. Or 3, you can send a letter with return receipt through regular mail or certified mail. A landlord can only post it on the exterior of the entry door if there's something preventing them from going inside, like a dangerous animal. However, even then, they have to post it in a sealed envelope, not out in the open like that, and they have to send a letter with return receipt on the same day as well. A lot of landlords don't know this, and they do this step wrong, and you can throw out the eviction in court for improper notice. Let me show you.
So one of the biggest frustrations that landlords deal with is evictions that go nowhere. They file an eviction, they get to trial, and the judge turns them away, says, sorry, no eviction for you. And one of the biggest reasons for that is bad notice. What is the date that you put on your notice? Do you even put the date on the notice? The timing of your notice itself is an important factor in your notice to vacate. If you're taking your case to an eviction trial and it cannot be clearly established what date the notice was served or from what date the notice becomes effective, these issues can defeat an eviction. And make sure that the date that's on your notice is actually the date that matches your date of delivery. Now, it doesn't matter if you're delivering your notice by U.S. mail, in person, posting on the inside of the door. That's secondary. What matters is that the date itself makes sense. So one of the biggest frustrations that
Evictions, evictions, evictions. Nobody likes evictions, whether you're the landlord or the tenant. So let's talk about it. As a landlord, I have had a total of 7 eviction cases, or like parties that were evicted. And that could be like consistent evictions, as in like month to month, every single month I have to go up for the eviction process, or that could just be going through like one court case. I'm talking about 7 individual parties that I have successfully evicted out of my home. And all of them were very different. I would say here are a few tips to watch out for. Number 1 is that evictions could happen to any tenant, even if they were previously a good tenant or if they're a brand new tenant. I've had eviction cases where the tenant stops paying rent on the first rent payment that is due after they move in. I have had that happen probably twice. Like on that first bill, they already start the eviction game. And that happens a lot in cities that, to me, happen in Baltimore. And some other cities or eviction cases that they've taken them like 2 or 3 months to do that. And in some cases, it's taken them like a year to fall behind their rent. But my point here is that evictions can happen at any time. Do not.
Wait, hold up. I got a message on Twitch. Hold on. The heck? What? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Bro, man, can I just get one person to follow? Jesus Christ. Sheesh. Sheesh. Let's see, hold up. I got a message. Sheesh. Just need one more. Come on. Anyone. Okay, whatever.
Not assume that you have like a 6 months head start. No, sometimes it could be literally that first rent payment. The eviction is going to happen. And so what you need to do as a landlord is to have an eviction plan. Know that you're either going to outsource it or DIY it, which I talked about in another one of my videos, which then leads me to point number 2. Be ready to pay for the cost of evictions. Know that if you're going to go through a lawyer, it's going to be maybe $2,000 to $3,000 if it goes to court. If it does not go to court, it could be cheaper. If you're in a state that allows for property managers to do evictions, like in Baltimore, that would be much cheaper because property managers don't charge as much as lawyers do. And so it could be as cheap as a few $100s. But that's just sort of the price it takes to go through the process of eviction. The actual net cost of an eviction could be much higher because it impacts the actual tenant damage. The tenants, when they are being evicted, first of all, any tenant that is going into eviction, more than half of them, I would say, because more than half of the cases, the tenants did not give a crap about the state of the home that they were leaving behind. In some of the cases of my evicted tenants, we had good relationships and they felt genuinely bad. And in those cases, they did not tear my apartment into pieces. But there have been cases where tenants are evil and mean and they have torn the place apart and or left it in terrible disarray that cost me literally thousands of dollars to fix. Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Painting walls, fixing broken appliances, like, you know, you name it. I mean, your damages could run up into the high 4 figures, low 5 figures. I mean, it's just luck of the draw. How bad did it get, right? And the tenants, unfortunately, they don't care. They will leave the property in much worse shape than you gave it to them, and leaving you, the responsible party, to take care of absolutely everything. So point 2 is be very much ready to have about anywhere from at least $5,000 to $15,000 access to that amount of capital. God forbid an eviction should occur. So that's number 2, is be very capital ready, because you will have to absolutely be ready for the unfortunate case of tenants destroying your property and or the expensive costs to evict in the first place. Number 3, it's the scariest tip, which is, I would have to tell you the truth, one of my tenants threatened my life when it came to eviction. I usually always outsource. It's it's dicey to DIY it because they're not scared of you. They can threaten your physical and personal being, but they usually are terrified of lawyers. Lawyers are a landlord's best friend. Lawyers are freaking awesome. They know what they're doing. They understand the system, and they're intimidating. They're intimidating to these tenants who would trample you in a heartbeat, but they would certainly not do the same to a lawyer or any sort of authoritarian figure like the police as well. So make sure that you are able to let them know that you are going to call on higher powers to take care of the issue if things cannot be resolved. And that's why, again, my last tip to you, if you are a landlord and your tenant has stopped paying rent, immediately go through the eviction process. I mean, immediately. Every time I have not followed proper protocol, the tenant has not caught up on their rent. A tenant who is not going to catch up on their rent isn't going to magically come up with thousands and thousands of dollars to pay back rent. They are not capable of it. They don't, I mean, that's why they're being evicted in the first place. So as a personal landlord, as a small-time landlord, do not be the chump, as I was so many times, taken advantage by every single eviction case that I'm mentioning now, where I just didn't file. I was like, oh, maybe I'll work it out with them. Maybe they just had a rough patch and things will be better later. No, just because you can pay your bills on time doesn't mean everyone else can pay their bills on time. And if someone stops paying their bills on time, they are starting to look at you like a free ATM machine. And at that point, all bets are off. And they might say the nicest things. They may be the most transparent and communicative. And they'll say, oh, my paycheck's coming. Oh, my paycheck's coming. Oh, my paycheck's coming. Oh, I'm going to be getting this. Oh, I'm going to be getting that. Unfortunately, you cannot get the time that you lose back. You must go through the proper protocols of filing for eviction within the guidelines that your city and state allows you to do. Do not mess up on your job. You are supposed to be a proper landlord, and you must file your paperwork as it's due, just like all businesses do. All businesses, if bills are not being paid, have to do bill collection and follow through with the proper report.
Yeah, but hey, dude, some guy threatened me, man. I'll be like, okay. It's like, bro, try to threaten me. That's why I believe in the Second Amendment. Shoot. Because, yeah, I get an eviction notice, whatever, but, if you're gonna tear up my apartment, you're gonna do that, man. If you wanna die, if you want the house, gotta come bring in the heat. That's all I gotta say.
You really have to be careful when trying to evict non-paying tenants in New York City. I just had a client who lost potentially tens of thousands of dollars. So this client owns a condo in Kew Gardens where his tenant hasn't been paying rent for the past 10 months. So around August, he decided he was going to try and evict the tenant. If you've done evictions in New York, you know that before you can go to the courts to even file an eviction, you need to serve a tenant with a 90-day notice to vacate. That's right, you need to give them 90 days to leave your property before going to file that eviction in the court. And this 90-day notice needs to be in writing. What us professionals usually recommend is to give this notice, hire a process server. It's going to cost you a couple $100, but they're gonna make sure that it's done the legal way. Unfortunately, this landlord, he didn't want to pay for a process server, so he served the tenants himself, and then he waited 90 days, and then he had his lawyer file the eviction, and guess what the judge did? He threw out the eviction case. And what was the reasoning? The tenant's lawyer was able to successfully argue that their client was not served their notice properly. So what does this landlord have to do now? He has to hire a process server, he has to give them that 90-day notice again, and 3 months from now he's going to be able to finally file his eviction the proper way. So just to save a couple $100 in server fees, he's going to be losing out on thousands of dollars in rent a month. He's definitely kicking himself over it, and I thought I'd share this very important lesson with you guys. Share this with
Yeah, this is. I mean, they know how to finesse the system, and again, postponements. Again, with tenant laws, they're very favorable. Like California's really have really strong tenant laws. Like a judge, if you do not do everything properly, a judge will throw out your case and say, "Hey, go again." And then like you two have to be in court arguing and stuff like that. But the tenant, he gets a free postponement. He can get multiple postponements, and he can drag this case on his feet while staying at your house. Like again, mind you, the dude is staying at your place while you're trying to kick this guy out to the curb. It sucks, I know, yeah, but you know, yeah, those landlord, like again, that's just the risk, bro. That's a business risk that you have to take in consider. So yeah. All right, man. It's almost 10 o'clock. I need to go to bed. I gotta go wake up tomorrow. Thanks for streaming with me. Hey, we didn't get to 50, but we'll get to 50 soon. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, see ya.